Ready when you are.
Hey guys, I may have go away heat, but these guys have true heel heat. So you better listen to the podcast or else I'm gonna kick you in your fucking cock and balls.
I'll get it.
All right, hello, True Heel Heat. I'm the AEW World Champion MJF. Just in case you're deaf, dumb, blind, stupid, or since you listen to this podcast, or you're listening to True Heel Heat, and I apologize for that.
Hey everybody, it's Tony Schiavone of All Elite Wrestling, and this is True Heel Heat, and I said it right, you motherfuckers.
It's been too long, and now we are back. It is me, your True Heel Phenom SP3, and after 2 years, we are back with some more X-Men 97 reviews. And of course, to break down X-Men 97 Season 2, Episodes 1, 2, and 3, we got an all-star panel here today. Welcome, everyone. And, of course, welcome back to our team of X-Men enthusiasts. First up, we have the number one rogue hater of them all, because she is still counting her cards in Genosha. The one and only Wendy is here. How you doing, Wendy?
Hey guys, hello True Heel Heat chat. We are back. I'm so excited for this second season of X-Men. Yes, I still am not over Genosha. So yeah, I'm excited for this.
It's okay. Real ones know. Real ones know. Never forgive that bitch.
Exactly.
But yes, to break it down, to talk all about it, we are joined by the good brother who's been on hiatus for the past 2 years since our last reviews of X-Men 97. He is your favorite pot heel and mine, the one and only Ness is back. How you doing, Ness? How you been in the wilderness?
Oh man, the wilderness. I was a boy becoming a man. It's really been 2 years. Holy shit.
Yeah. Because I honestly, at first I thought it was last year, but then I looked up the videos from the last time. I was like, oh my god, that was 2024. Holy shit.
Sheesh, yeah. It's been a long time coming, man. Like, we came back on some very good episodes. I really can't wait to get into them with you guys. It's been too long, and I'm excited. I'm activated. I'm ready to go.
Activated indeed. And we got a new person joining our panel here for X-Men 97. He is in California, keeping his thoughts safe just in case Xavier wants to read his mind. He is the one and only person who, you know, when we say he is right, you know that it means enough. The one and only John Escudero of Dirt Sheet Radio is here. How you doing, John?
I'm doing good. I'm not gonna lie, man. I didn't hear anything anybody said. I kind of guessed that it was my turn because I was like, okay, well, Ness finished talking and Wendy talked already. So I think Sid is introducing me. I can go now. This was a better idea, like in photos than to do live streaming. But I'm here. We're here, man. X-Men 97, baby.
I feel like just watching you, it looks like your skull is being crushed. Like
See, I might agree or disagree, but we'll get
do that part. But yes, we appreciate y'all for joining us live. Appreciate y'all for watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back the simplest way possible. Drop the thumbs up on this video. You can also share this video with all your wrestling or all your X-Men family, friends, and fans on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat Sports and Entertainment YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. You can also sound off in the comments down below. Let us know what you thought about X-Men 97 Season 2, Episodes 1, 2, and 3. And if you're with us live, sound off in the live chat. Love to interact with all of you and hear your thoughts on X-Men 97 in the live chat. So if you have a thought, an opinion on this week's shows, let us know there. But we got a lot to discuss. 3 episodes to start off Season 2. Wendy, give your overall thoughts. What did you think about the return of X-Men 97 this week?
Oh, it's been too long. I've been I know myself and everyone, like, I can say, like, we've been waiting for Season 2. Especially after Season 1 ended, like, we were anticipating this. Like, we were waiting. So, I mean, if I could choose a word for it, it was like, I would say, for me personally, I felt overwhelmed, so to say, just because a lot was happening. So I'm gonna go with overwhelmed.
I just want to tell y'all, a real story here. I turned on Wednesday morning. I turned on this show. I turned on Disney Plus. Soon as I heard the music, I stood up from my couch and I just started doing like the weirdest, like, I was dancing like I was Aunt Viv at the dance hall. Like I don't know. Very rare in my life. I've been alive 38 years. I don't know if I've ever been that hyped just hearing the theme song for a TV show. I'm locked the fuck in. That's my word. That's my feelings on Season 2. Seeing myself dance like Aunt Viv, I'm locked the fuck in for Season 2. Ness, what was your reaction seeing the return of X-Men 97?
So I don't have a word. I'm gonna go with a phrase, just like you went with a phrase. I'm gonna say it was a roller coaster of emotion. Backing up what Wendy said, a lot happened, and throughout all 3 episodes, it was highs, it was lows. It was like, oh, that feels good. Like, oh shit, what the fuck's going on over here? We got action, we got suspense, we got love, we got it all. It's just it had me all over the place. So like, yeah, like I said, I was really ready to go and talk and get into it with you guys because I'm like, yeah, I can't wait to talk about this shit later. I had to rewatch like episodes 2 and 3 times back. Like, I just had to get everything together because it was, like I said, I had to make sure I had everything right to talk about it with you guys because it's been so long since we've done this, and I had to come back strong. Just like the Aegis came back strong. 3 episodes, I thought it was just going to be 1. It was like, I watched the first episode, and it's like, that little circle, it was like it was going to the next one. I'm like, oh shit, nigga, there's 2? I'm like, oh, okay. And then the next one, it was like, oh, it was 3. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, I was ready for this.
John, what about you? How excited were you to see Season 2?
Man, it's been so long too. I was like, damn, it's been forever. I had to watch like a recap video for Season 1 just to get it all together. But it was good. It was great. It was awesome, actually. I had a great time. 3 episodes wasn't enough. So you should have dropped it all at once.
I wouldn't have mine, mainly because I would just like this week I freaking finished what was it? The Bear. The Bear came out and I finished watching that. So like honestly, I was like, yeah, why can't X-Men 97 just drop everything? Man. Well, I gotta wait week after week for everything to drop. But I am happy. I know you guys are, and we're gonna break down each of these 3 episodes, but we got a couple of people in the live chat joining us. King Greg, who says, good evening, everyone. Good to see you. We also got Power Driver Finisher, who says, let's fucking go. He says he was the same as me, dancing to the theme music. And he says, yeah, I rewatched the first season, and I'm still pissed as fuck at Rogue. I also rewatched the first season, and I forgot how pissed off Rogue and Magneto's relationship made everybody. I almost forgot.
It is weird, but
very. It is very weird and very.
It was very.
It's one of those things where usually you could be like, well, in the comics, but it's like, no, it's weird. It's weird there too.
Yeah,
It's just weird.
Every single time. We got Comic Book Click. Good to see you in the chat. Says, feels great to be back in this world. Doesn't feel like it's missed a beat, and I am constantly surprised with how mature it still feels. It's rare to have a childhood show grow with you. Yes. Very well said. Very well said. And I'm someone that rewatched the animated series before season 1 2 years ago. I wasn't gonna do it again because I was like, that was way too much. That was a commitment, and I literally finished it like a couple of days before season 1 started. So I wasn't gonna do that again. I was like, I'll just watch season 1. And then I'll get back into season 2. But yeah, it's great to see the subtle changes they've made from the animated series to X-Men 97 here. But we got another person on our team joining us today. It is Wendy's worst half, because she is the better one. He is the one and only Tru Draw himself, Josh. How are you feeling, Josh?
Damn, it's a worse half? What the fuck?
Yeah. She's the better half.
Yeah. It's universally agreed.
Yeah, I mean, you could say she's
better.
I mean, you can say the better half, but they say the worst. Like, damn.
What? That's just math. If you're not the better half, you're the worst half.
I'm the worst. The worst. She said the worst. We can both be good. We can both be good.
How you doing, Josh? Good to see you. Like we asked everybody else on the panel, how excited were you to pop on X-Men 97 this week?
Oh, it was great. Honestly, it's kind of crazy watching it. It didn't feel like it took like this long. Like, I didn't realize like how long season 2 it took season 2 to come out. Like, I was like, oh, I thought season 1 just came out last year. And I was like, no, it was the year before. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I said the same thing, that I did not realize it was 2 years ago until I went back and watched me, Ness, and Wendy talking about season 1, and I was like, this was 2024. I'm old as fuck. These years just blend together. But let's get into it. King Greg also mentioning, he says, I have the same reaction every intro. Disney Plus, stop putting up the skip option. I'll never skip this intro. I never skip the intro. I don't care if I'm watching it the second time in. I watch these episodes twice over, and I still watch the intro every single time. I don't care what anybody tells me. Come on. But let's get into episode 1. Episode 1 was Days of Past Future. Get it? It's a play off of Days of Future Past. This episode comes off the heels of the end of season 1, where the X-Men were expanded upon all space and time after saving the world from asteroid M, basically colliding with the Earth's atmosphere. Forge creates a time machine, and he sends Bishop back to the 3000 BC to the rise of Apocalypse's reign, and himself he sends forward to 3960 AD at the height of Apocalypse's power to retrieve the X-Men. Forge is reunited with Wolverine, Storm, and Morph. In particular, Wolverine and Storm save Forge from these basically like mechanical soldiers that are working for Apocalypse, which immediately upon Forge going to the future and him being surrounded by all these mechanical soldiers, I was like, now I know Forge is going out with Storm, but I don't know. But I think it would have been a little bit more wise to send Bishop to the future, since his whole thing is he could take that stuff that the mechanical soldiers are blasting out and he could just throw it right back at them. Forge is not really doesn't really have powers that can help with the mechanical soldiers. I don't know about y'all, but that was the first thought that I had watching this episode. It's like,
My first thought was he went to the future to save Storm. He was in it for the last. I understand it. I respect it.
He trying to clap them thunder cheeks. He trying to thunderclap that ass. There you go. Let's go, Forge.
That's crazy. He went to the room. That's crazy.
Like there was two things that caught me off of guard. It was first that I was like, Forge, yeah, he probably should have went to the future more. I mean, to the past more than the future. Bishop would have been more equipped for what's going on here. And then secondly, I was like, why are they sending Wolverine with his fucking bone claws to kill these mechanical monsters and soldiers when you are fucking putting them in pain? Him just freaking he's like cracking his fucking bones every single time. What did you think about the new look for Wolverine? This is the first time we're seeing him since Magneto took the adamantium out of his skeleton. What did you think about Wolverine's new look, John?
Well, before that, I wanted to talk about Forge. I think he would have been a shit out of luck in the past because this thing is he builds things. I mean, at least in the future, he's got like machinery and robots and shit. He can just build whatever he wants. That's kind of his power. He ain't gonna build shit with Egyptian like cement blocks or whatever. It's like a wagon. That's what I got. But yeah, Wolverine's a sick fuck. He wants to do that stuff anyway. Like I don't think they are telling him what to do at this point. I think he's just doing. I love the look though. I do love the look.
So yeah, you have Wolverine and Storm meet up with Forge, and then they also meet up with Morph. Also in the future is Cyclops and Jean, who have been taking care of a younger Nathan. You get Cyclops and Jean have not revealed their parentage to Nathan as of yet. Reluctant to return to the 90s without him, you get Cyclops and Jean leave Mother Ascani's camp with Nathan, trying to basically spend as much time as they can and not go back to the future without him. Unfortunately, they are captured by Apocalypse's forces, who wish to use Nathan as a new vessel for Apocalypse's spirit. Mother Ascani reveals that she was the one that transported the X-Men through time. One group to the future to train Nathan into the soldier that he needs to become to defeat Apocalypse, and the others to the past to try to prevent the mutant Escudero from ever becoming Apocalypse in the first place. A little bit of a spoiler warning. Mother Ascani, you probably shouldn't have sent Magneto to the past. Just saying. That was a bad choice. I would have switch somebody from the future over. Anyway, then you get after Cyclops and Jean, they get captured with Nathan. Nathan is basically down on himself. You got Jean, who's trying to talk him into how to basically break the inhibitor around his neck, but he's having kind of like self-doubt, feeling like his parents left him behind because he wasn't good enough. So Cyclops and Jean reveal to him that they are his parents by saying the message that Madeline Pryor basically left in his head when she let him go to the future with Bishop. Nathan's able to break them free, and they escape with the other X-Men's help. As soon as they escape, and you see the villains come out, and it's Nathan, Jean, and Cyclops, and then Storm and Wolverine and Morph all busted, and then the music start. I was like, I was doing the Aunt Viv dance again. I was like, I was like, yeah, let's go. We lit out here. This action sequence, so well done. You get Morph, who morphs into Thor, which makes no sense whatsoever because he has a fucking Thor hammer and it's just part of his body. When he transfers back, it just disappears as well. That doesn't make any sense. So I have a couple of nitpicks with this episode because a couple of shit don't make too much sense. Wolverine once again breaking his bone claws into these monsters' machines. The best part about it, the part that got me the most hype in this fight sequence is Nathan straight up going full cable at the end, where he uses telekinesis to grab a gun and he starts blasting at Apocalypse's horseman. Apocalypse's spirit then flees to the 90s because he feels like that is where the X-Men is at their weakness and at their most vulnerable. While Nathan merges with Ascani's ship's computer to basically give him a new arm. In the 90s, we see Cable, who is now older. He is with Psylocke and Archangel, and they are putting together their own team. Interesting. Their own team to track down Apocalypse, and we see in the file that he gives to Psylocke, it's Jubilee and Sunspot are their first recruits that they're going to be going after, and that is our cliffhanger for episode 1 here. I thought this was a really strong episode, a lot of fun beats, whether it's the different looks of the X-Men in the future, whether it's the big fight sequence, and then the ending with the X-Force tease. Really well-rounded episode. Wendy, overall thoughts on episode 1, Days of Past Future?
I really like this episode. I love the fact that they didn't take away, like during the fights, like in the fight scenes, there's always music. So I love the fact that they didn't take that away. Um uh I love the action, obviously. Like the action is like the best part. I will say Wolverine's look for a second though, I thought he looked like Batman really quick. And I was like, what's Batman doing here? This ain't no DC, but I was like, oh, that's Wolverine. Okay. It's a different look of Wolverine. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I agree. They should have switched. They should have not had what's her name? What's her name?
Mother Ascani?
Yes, Mother Ascani. She should have not had sent Magneto to the past. If you know, you know why. But neither here nor there, but I really enjoyed it. It was a really good introduction to season 2.
Tru Draw Josh, overall thoughts on episode 1?
I thought episode was great. A lot of action, a lot of a lot of connecting the dots when it comes to Cyclops, Jean, and their son. Like, I thought they played that very well. And as far as like, who, like if they send somebody wrong to like I mean, hey guys, that's part of storytelling. You gotta give some suspense. Like Wolverine doesn't have his, he has the bone claws, so they're gonna make it a lot harder for him to make it more suspense. I mean, it's stupid. I mean, like, damn, you gotta send somebody to at least know what the hell you're doing. Like, you sent Magneto to the past. I mean, it's just funny. The logic behind that is funny, but I guess like that's their way of just like building up the suspense to everything. But overall, I thought it was a great episode.
John, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome. There was the thing about the teams that got sent to the future and the past. I kind of get this feeling that they're not changing anything. I think they're where they were always going to be. It's kind of like this loop of time. Like, you're not really affecting anything. You're just making things happen the way they were always going to happen. You probably always did. Like Magneto probably always had that conversation with Apocalypse. These things don't really change. Like, he ends up killing this dude anyway. He ends up becoming Apocalypse. I guess, spoiler alert. You're not watching this if you didn't watch the fucking show. I hope. That'd be really dumb. There's and in this episode, all the things that happened in Nathan, Cable seems to remember straight up. Like, he ends up getting the arm the way he has in the future. He ends up getting Ship's AI is what he's been talking to all these years, computer time slide or whatever. So I just get the feeling that these things were always meant to happen. Like Magneto was always going to be there, and so were Scott and Jean.
Ness, what about you?
Yeah, overall, it was great. Like you said, from the intro, one of the parts that, or the main part that really like stuck with me and struck with me during this episode was the the parenting that they wanted to give him, Scott and Jean with Nathan, and then like that was part of my intro when I said that a roller coaster of emotions. You know, they had to ship their son off to the future for his safety. They haven't seen him for so long, and then now when they do get a chance to see him, they can't just come out and say, "Oh, we're your parents. We're here to save you, take you away," because some sorcerer is just like, well, no, he's supposed to save the world. So like you can't take him. Like, who the fuck are you? This is my kid. Like, you can't tell me what to do. Like, yeah, you can't tell me how to be a parent. Like, who the fuck are you? But you know, like, and at the one point where they did try to run off, I can't blame them for that. You know what I mean? Like they just like, look, we can get out of here. We can raise them. We could be a family the way we wanted to. Like, I get that selfishness as a parent. You know, most of us on here are like, I want to do for my children what I feel is right. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, just trying to do what's best for them. But what I think is best for them might not be what's best for their future. They have a own destiny of their own. And I felt like that was like a coming a full circle moment when they were just like, you know what, this is what his future is supposed to be. You know, just like John said, like this is supposed to happen. So maybe like we really shouldn't be trying to take him away from all this because this is where he's supposed to be and what he's supposed to do. So I really feel like that was like one of the high points of this episode for me. You know, action's always on point. Everything was great.
Yeah, that was. Oh, go ahead, Wendy.
Can I also add, like, did you guys see how badass Storm was when they went to
Yeah.
go save Jean and Cyclops and Nathan, and like how she did the like the Cosmos thing, and how she at first she was like, oh, I only control thunder and stuff, and then like when she actually did it, like how great the animation was and
Yeah,
how really badass that was. I'm like,
but
she's
She's like,
that
so
all
queen.
came to be because Mother Ascani basically told her that she's seen her do it before. That was the other part I wanted to bring up, is that Mother Ascani is a
Yeah.
Mother Ascani on the show, but if you read the comic books, her
Oh, yeah.
name is Rachel Summers. It's actually Scott and Jean's daughter from an alternate dimension. So like that, and they basically tell you that if you've never read the comic book, they tell you that that this woman has a connection to at least Jean by the eyes. When she looks
So
into
it
the
was,
future,
it
she has
was
the phoenix eyes.
because I'm like,
It-
why does she got a cable cut haircut with a bird? So like, she kind of looks like this.
future butch cyborg thing going on. She's but no, man, I just like the speech. She's like, Storm, you're a bad bitch in any timeline. Like, get it together. Go.
Yeah.
I need you to be one right now. And I just love seeing Storm be like I love seeing Storm be a goddess, because like she's like a true fucking goddess. You're talking about controlling flames from the sun. That shit is awesome.
I think
piano.
that's probably gonna be like the lasting legacy of X-Men 97 is them restoring the aura of Storm and Cyclops. That's like, that was one of the bigger kind of takeaways from season 1, and then you got it here in the first episode, especially with the Storm part. So that brings us to the end of episode 1. So we'll do it for each episode. You know the deal. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle. Out of 10, what did we give the episode? MVP, LVP, moment of the episode for season 2, episode 1, Days of Past Future. In 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board from all of us. Out of 10, I'm going to give this first episode 8.5 out of 10. Wendy?
8.5.
Ness?
I give it 8. I feel like it was a solid start.
John?
I'm going 9.
Josh?
I'm gonna say 8.5.
MVP for this episode. I'm gonna give it to Mother Ascani. She knew what was gonna happen, so I'll give it to her. She's the one that was the most powerful because we found out she was the one that spread the X-Men out between past and future. So she is more powerful than even what we've seen in this episode. Josh?
I'll give it to Nathan.
Wendy?
Oh, yeah. I think that was my answer too. I was gonna go with Nathan and then, well, I'm gonna go Cole. Let's go Nathan and Storm.
Ness?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Nathan. He stepped into his destiny, did what he was supposed to do, save him.
John?
I think I'm gonna have to go with Storm. We just mentioned all those reasons.
LVP for this episode. John, start us off.
Apocalypse. He got his ass kicked a little. You know how that goes.
I'm actually gonna go with Apocalypse's horsemen. They got washed real quick. Ness?
That makes two of us, the horsemen, because they didn't do a damn thing. And then they had to go back to Apocalypse losers. So, and that's never good. You don't never want to go back to the main boss and say you fucked up. Like,
no,
they got off easy.
Wendy?
I'm gonna have to agree. I'm gonna have to go with the horsemen, like his horsemen, because they didn't really do much. And also, there wasn't really much of a backstory between them because at first, like with horsemen, like, you know, when we spoke about it in season 1, like who we thought was going to be the horsemen, like I didn't really think it would be them. So at first when I saw it, I was like, who are they? You know, so I give it to them.
Josh?
I'll give it to the horseman. Easily.
And moment of the episode, I think it's Scott and Jean revealing their Nathan's parents. That was a nice emotional scene. Josh?
Same. Them revealing that they were his parents.
Wendy?
I'm gonna have to agree. Yeah.
Ness?
That's actually going to be my honorable mention, the Scott and Jean reveal to Nathan, because that touched my heart so very deeply. But my moment is when Storm came into her bad bitch era and harnessed the power of the sun for that solar storm.
Queen.
John?
Yeah, I'm going with Ness. As soon as those pianos hit, man, Storm's about to do her fucking thing. That's like, I love it.
I do love that she has her own motif on this show. That you know when she's about to go ham. Always. All right. Episode 2. A force to be reckoned with. In the absence of the X-Men, Valerie Cooper fields a government-sanctioned team of mutants called X Factor, led by Cable's uncle Havoc, consisting of Multiple Man, Strongman, Wolfsbane, and Polaris. We see them in the first scene after we see some young mutants running to the Xavier Institute for mutants, and they are stopped by X Factor, where Havoc even says one of the signature lines of his brother Cyclops from season 1. It was like, "Don't worry, we're definitely the good guys." Cooper uses them to capture runaway mutants. Cable recruits, though, Jubilee and Sunspot, who are watching the news and seeing about how mutants are being captured. And Jubilee is wondering if the X-Men would be around just playing video games when the world is going to crap. And then Cable pulls up on them and offers them a spot in X-Force. He tracks down one of Apocalypse's horsemen named War, and he needs their help to capture him. This was probably the best part of this whole episode, is when this scene cuts right to the intro video and it becomes X-Force 97. But the attention to detail in this opening video is so good, where it goes back to different times we saw the X Factor or X Force members in the animated series, as well as they give us a glimpse of stuff that we didn't see in between Jubilee and Sunspot being recruited, and then their first mission. We actually see Polaris training Jubilee during the intro to the show. So I only saw that on the second viewing of this episode. I was like, oh, okay, that's where she learned how to fight. Got it. So after Psylocke reads War's mind after Jubilee helps X-Force capture him, Cable orders Archangel to execute him, angering Jubilee because she believes that they shouldn't be taking away an innocent or not so innocent life at all. Clue leads X-Force to Emma Frost after War talks about how after Psylocke tries to read War's mind, and all she can see is diamonds. Jubilee puts 1 and 2 together, saying the only telepath she knows that has an affinity for diamonds is Emma Frost. So they got a good budget, because they got a whole club budget, because Jubilee, Sunspot, and Cable came in their best fits to the club to meet up with Emma Frost. But Emma Frost, she's a bitch. Let's be real here. So she lures the team into a trap set up by X Factor. They all are basically captured by Polaris, who use her powers to basically get them all tied up. But Jubilee uses her firecracker self to explode the things that are tying them up. So the rest of X-Force are able to get out, but Jubilee is captured. We even have a great moment where Jubilee's like, oh, you're going to need a telepath because I'm not saying anything. Do you got one of those on your C-list squad? Want to be Cyclops? I was like, that got to sting if he knows that that's his brother. That got to sting. It doesn't, I don't think in the animated or 97 series that Havoc actually knows that Cyclops is his brother, but it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt one day. So Jubilee with former X-Men Polaris help, they bond due to their own orphanage, being orphans and being founded by Xavier and brought into the X-Men. So Polaris basically helps Jubilee escape, where she frees mutant captives because they're holding the runaway mutants at this facility. Cable and X-Force come and rescue her and the mutants, leading them to be branded fugitives by Cooper. You get Jubilee, who dead ass got her own fucking hallway scene in this fucking episode as the alarms are going off. Homegirl just puts on her headphones, puts on her sunglasses, plays her damn music, and whoops all their asses. I was like, go ahead, Jubilee. Jubilee out here looking like Matt Murdock. Okay, I see you, homegirl. She got the explosion firecrackers in her feet now. She getting escaping. Oh man, I was so happy for Jubilee. This to me is honestly a better Jubilee episode than the Motendo one from last season. This was much better. We see that she actually calls out Cable for killing people and says that the kids can be of some help to them, and maybe we can be better moving forward. And Sunspot and Archangel think that Jubilee is right. And then this episode ends in 3960 AD, where Nathan sends his parents and the other X-Men back to the 1990s, despite Cyclops and Jean wanted to stick with them. Mother Ascani tells Nathan, sometimes you have to make the choices that they cannot make for you. So that is how we end episode 2, A Force to Be Reckoned With. John, give your overall thoughts on this second episode here.
Man, that X-Force opening was that was nuts. After that, I was hooked. Anything you could have done, it would have been at least an 8. Yeah, Jubilee. This was a great episode for her. I mean, a lot of people still weren't aware that she's more than just fireworks. So I'm glad that she's kicking ass and doing things. There was so many, like noticeable mutants in that freaking jail. I was like, holy shit! There's a lot of things coming that would be really cool. Whoa, did something blow up?
It's still 4th of July weekend in New York.
Awesome. Uh, I miss fireworks, but yeah, no, this was great. The X-Force being on a shield helicarrier was interesting. The jail being full of mutants that you can recognize from all different X-Men stories was great. Yeah, this was good.
Ness, what about you?
Just like everybody's saying, that opening, that did it for me. I'm not gonna lie. Out of the 3 episodes, this is my favorite one just because of the opening. I also liked, I'm a huge Psylocke fan. So having her in this episode, she wasn't the main focus, but she was very, very important of it. So like that was another feather in the cap that made it this one of my favorite episodes out of the 3. Um, Also, it's funny. You guys seen Undercover Brother? I'm sure you guys have seen Undercover Brother.
Yeah.
So having Jubilee talk to Polaris, like, remember who you are. Remember, it was just like, yeah, sister, yeah. And she let her go and shit. And I was like, yeah, that was right. Like that was a great part of the episode. But just overall, like how like now she's conflicted. They're like, oh, anybody seen Jubilee? You walked up, anybody seen Jubilee? What happened to her? And then Val was just like, oh, I don't know. You tell me what happened to her. She's just like, like, yeah, we know what the fuck happened. Like, she knows. But overall, it was great. I like the action. I also like the struggle between Cable and Jubilee's ideologies. They're in a time where it's like, look, it's either the people we're against or us. But being a student of Charles Xavier, he's not trying to kill anybody. That actually threw me kind of off. Not throw me off, but I was just like, yo, they off this dude. Like, they not fucking around.
There's no time for games.
No, there's no. He's like, yeah, maybe. Oh, and then also another thing, like when Psylocke went to go read War's mind, and she's like, wait a minute, doesn't he need permission? Like, no, we don't know fucking permission. They out here killing people. Like, where am I at? Like, hey, can I read your mind for a second? No, that was Charles's way. Charles ain't here no more. We got to kill these dudes. So, but like, I like that because it just brings the realism of what X-Men are like, and to like basically society. You know what I mean? Like, this is what's the things that are going on in the real world, and they're not going to stray away from that just because it's a cartoon.
Yep, kept it real. Wendy, what about you? What did you think about episode 2?
Well, first, before I say anything, my baby, I miss my baby. I miss you, Prince. I'm coming home tomorrow. I'm sorry. Blame Josh. He brought my baby. So
if you want to come up here, so every time he does that, I'm like, all right, you want to come up here? I'm gonna make sure your ass stays on the stream now.
Oh, my baby, I love you. Be a good boy for your father. Okay, so second episode. Okay, so I agree with everybody. That intro took me by surprise. And I love how, once again, like X-Men, like it's like they doing these surprises that you won't expect. So like that intro had me over the rainbow, so to say. But yeah, honestly, like I agree with Sid. Emma Frost is a bitch. She was giving me very like Mystique. So I'm like, is this really Emma Frost or this is Mystique? But yeah, she was like,
I still want them to reveal that Cooper is Mystique.
Yeah.
I'm still on that. I'm still on that
Yes.
from season 1.
Yes. But yeah, everything, like I agree with what everyone was saying. Like honestly, this episode, how and like Jubilee was like the main, like she's like the main character. Honestly, I like this episode way better than the episode that they had of her for season 1. This is way better. This was like a really good what do you call it, redemption for her. But yeah, and the whole thing of like, Jubilee, having that Xavier ideology of like, when she was telling with the whole execution with War, and like she's like, well, Xavier wouldn't do this. And like Cable's like, I'm not Xavier. Like, I don't care. Like, kill his ass. I don't care. So it's like, it was just, I guess it just shows like not at this time, not everyone's gonna take in what is gonna accept what the ideology of Xavier, in regards to like killing and like giving and like getting consent and stuff like that. It's like it's kind of showing like his ideals is like dated, and we can't go back to the past, sort of say, you know? But overall, I really like this episode a lot. Um, Jubilee is definitely like she redeemed herself in this episode. I really enjoyed it.
Josh, what about you?
I thought it was great. Intro, yeah, that sold me on the second episode alone. I didn't even care what happened after, but everything else, I mean, it was still good. Still good episode. They found a way to put Jubilee over again. Because last, in the other season, it was more like playful. It wasn't like so much. It was just the episode was more like focused on her and like other things. But I think this one kind of just put her over a little bit more, just because like you kind of see like kind of the version I've been wanting to see from Jubilee, because I felt like she's always been one of those characters where it's like she's there, but then it's like, okay, when is she gonna actually do something? And so far, I mean, they've been finding more things to do for her. I mean, so that's been cool to see. So I mean, overall, it was a solid episode.
Yeah, because Motendo in season 1 was just an episode about her not being willing to grow up. This was an episode about her actually being a grown up and actually joining a team without the X-Men and not relying on the X-Men and not relying on her new team either. She kind of has a mind of her own that was different from X-Force. So yeah, I definitely feel like this was a better showcase of who Jubilee is.
And it's also she also has, it's like that sense of maturity, from the first season to now. Like you can see the maturity in her when, you know, like when she's going back and forth with Cable, and like her like saving the other hostages from like just rescuing them, and also in that scene it was giving very like almost like a high school rebellion type of thing, like if like when you're in detention whatever, and like you find a way to like get out. And with the music too, it kind of reflect that as well. So I like the fact that they gave her this type of like, she has that maturity there's a difference between season 1 to now.
And she was straight gangsta. She just put the inhibitor pad out of Homegirl's hand, out of Val Cooper's hand, and then just jumped off, knowing that Sunspot was going to catch her. I was like, go ahead, Jubilee. This is the Jubilee we always needed. All right, but that's going to bring us to the end of episode 2 here. So y'all know the deal. Give us your ratings for this episode as well in the live chat, in the comments down below. But for all of us, for season 2, episode 2, a force to be reckoned with, in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board yet again. Out of 10, I'm going to give this episode a 9 out of 10. I thought this was the X-Force theme alone, like y'all all said, that kind of took things over the top. Love it that it's like a different version of the X-Men like musical theme. Is like a heavy metal version of it as well, and all the little details that they put throughout this episode. I felt like this was a little bit better than the first episode, so I give it a 9 out of 10. Josh?
Same. I give it 9 out of 10.
Wendy?
I give it a 9.
John?
Another 9.
Ness? 9. MVP for this episode, easily I'm going to give it to Jubilee. Ness?
I was going to go with Jubilee, but I feel like that's like the obvious answer. So I'm actually going to go with Polaris for letting her go.
for being biased yourself because that's your favorite. John.
MVP, I'm gonna give it to Cable. You did a good job putting together a good team. Good for you, Cable.
Wendy.
I'm gonna give it to Jubilee. She really she really outshined in this episode.
Josh.
Jubilee.
Jubilee for us up top here. LVP, every motherfucker in X Factor, especially Polaris. Josh.
It was X Factor. I don't know what they were doing. They're looking like the San Antonio Spurs out there.
Wendy.
Oh gosh. I don't know. I mean, I would say X Factor, but I kind of want to say Havoc, Cyclops' brother. Just for the fact that, like, she, just the comment that Jubilee said to him, I'm like, damn, bro. So
she ain't got no fear of you at all.
Yeah.
John.
LVP, yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to Ice Factor over there.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That wins the cake. That wins the cake right there. Ness.
Yeah, it's gonna be unanimous. Definitely act like they weren't a factor at all. They didn't really do shit. What was the point? But I do want to give an honorable mention, and you guys are going to give me out for it. I'm going to say Jubilee as an honorable mention because she chose to trust Emma Frost. You never had to do that. Don't do that. And it came back to bite them in the ass. But they did overcome it, so she can't be the LVP at all. But you just never trust Emma Frost. Don't trust Emma Frost.
I'm not gonna lie. This is some Jimmy McGrath shit. When you give like Dynamite like a 9 out of 10, and then LVP Tony Khan because he booked the show, even though you give the show a 9 out of 10.
Well, Jubilee didn't write the show, but I just thought that was. I didn't think that was a smart idea because I'm like, she's like, oh yeah, Emma Frost. I'm like,
I would say.
No.
He's ready to penalize Jubilee for listening to Emma Frost, but ain't willing to penalize Polaris for listening to Havoc. She listened to Havoc. That's how the X-Force got
LVP. She's LVP by default because she's a part of that X Factor. So yeah, she's in there. Fuck it, they're both in there. I don't know what this. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I almost gave my LVP to Emma Frost because I don't know Emma Frost to be the type of person to give up mutants to be locked up like that. But
for a price, she will, and like that.
Yeah.
You know what? I might throw it.
Yeah.
The black the Hellfire Club, they were fucking weird, but they were mutants first. You know?
Yeah.
Sure. That's true. All right. Only one more episode for us to get into, and that is episode 3, Rise of Apocalypse Part 1. In ancient Egypt, it is the year 3000 BC. The young mutant Escudero, who would later become Apocalypse, leads the Sandstormers against Pharaoh Ramatant, a ruler who uses futuristic technology to enslave his people. For those who aren't aware, this is Kang the Conqueror. Magneto attempts to impart Xavier's philosophy to Escudero, aiming to make him the first ever X-Man and enable him to rewrite history in favor of mutant coexistence. This goes against Xavier's plans, who fears what Escudero will become, nor spares the life of Tut's second-in-command, General Logos, much to the surprise of his followers. Beast, Rogue, and Nightcrawler attempt to build a time machine using the remains of Ramatunt's soldiers to return to their own time. Nor investigates Logos, but Logos provokes him by revealing that he was El Sabanor's former master. Before Nor can kill Logos, Magneto intervenes. Xavier enters Logos' mind and seeking answers about the Pharaoh, but what he sees shocks him. A weapon that will transfer Tut into a god. Later, Nor and the Sandstormers discover the X-Men's plans involving technology, and he is none too pleased whatsoever. Feeling betrayed by Magneto, Nor decapitates Logos right in front of him. You could see the blood just splatter onto Magneto's face, and he champions the ideology of survival of the fittest. Just when it looks like the X-Men are shit out of luck and they are outnumbered by Nor and the Sandstormers, Bishop appears. He's been in disguise this whole time, and he is with the X-Men as they are able to overcome the Sandstormers. Before they can travel back to the 1990s, though, Ramatut has fired a shot towards the base. It's like a big explosion where the X-Men and Nor were located. Now the question is, did they survive or did they not? But that was episode 3, The Rise of Apocalypse. A lot of focus on this relationship, this mentorship, if you will, that Magneto was trying to forge with El Sabanor. You can also see his master kind of expressing his jealousy towards everything, towards Magneto and towards the X-Men. And definitely he was the one that kind of orchestrated El Sabanor finding out about what the X-Men were really up to. So a lot of different kind of layers to this one, but this was kind of just setting the groundwork for what will be episode 4 for part 2 of Rise of the Apocalypse. John, what did you think about episode 3 here?
This was fun. One thing I always liked about X-Men and the animated series, and I'm glad they keep it up in X-Men 97, is they're not scared to do this crazy out there X-Men shit. We're in Egypt with fucking Kang the Conqueror. This is Ramatut. It's pretty accurate to the Rise of Apocalypse book. I mean, they remix some stuff, but it's all familiar. I was kind of laughing at the Kang thing though, because it's clear this was like done when Jonathan Major still had a job. You know, like, so it's like I was kind of laughing, like, all right, it's cool you guys are doing it, but it's funny seeing that they thought this by the time we get to July 2026, I'm sure we're going to be headed into Kang Dynasty. Guys, it's going to be a great movie. I know you're going to like that little reference, right? That movie's coming. Like, no, it's not. It's not. But it was cool though.
Ness, what did you think about Rise of the Apocalypse Part 1?
Yeah, I actually I enjoyed this episode as well. It was different seeing Sabanor, you know, for also known as Apocalypse, like not human, but like him having to deal with these emotions was like, oh, I want to kill this guy, but for the betterment of the future of, you know, mutant kind, he's not listening to his inner passions and wanting, you know, to just crush his enemies like the Sandstormers should. I also like Magneto in this a lot because we know that's who Magneto is. Like, he's not doing no talking. He's really not that diplomatic. I mean, he becomes that, but like, we know him as just being out there like, oh, I like this way, we're gonna do this, and we're just fucking shit up. But he's like in a different headspace now, really wanting to do things the Charles Xavier way. So I like how they've been, you know, playing on that till we get to the, you know, the end of the episode. Now they just gotta kill somebody if they survive, because you gotta survive. You know, that was a lot going on there. And shout out to Bishop for the save too, because shit was about to get nasty in there.
That was a clutch save. And I do love the continuation or continuality of the fact that Magneto is still affected by everything that went down in episode 1. He's the first person kind of this season who really shows how much Genosha affected them, like mentality wise or mindset wise. And when he was talking to Charles in this episode, and the fact that he kind of blames Charles more. He blames himself, but he also blames Charles for everything that went down in Genosha. That was interesting. Wendy, what did you think about episode 3?
I thought episode 3 was good. So at first in the beginning I was like, oh, this is like the Mummy. I was like, oh, am I watching the Mummy right now? Just because the characters, I was like, I was like, am I watching the Mummy? It's cool. But yeah, that whole interaction between Apocalypse and like his master, and like you can see the jealousy from when Magneto comes in, and it's like, like he listened to me before, and ever since you came in, he's like he's listening to you now, and it's like, no, like I wanted to go back to what it was. So it's just that whole interaction, and then just the fact like Magneto, like, it's almost like Magneto is like the angel, and like and like his Apocalypse's master is like the bat, like the devil is like, do it, like kill him, but he's like, no, that's not a good idea, and and this and that. So it's like, mind you, the Magneto as an angel on your shoulder is like, yeah, that says something. um it's such a difference with Magneto, because you, as Ness said, like Magneto's usually the type that would just be like, that would just be wanting to destroy everything. And then it shows that, as you said, Genosha and everything that happened to him really, really affected him. So it's like, he's a changed man now, or is he? That's the question. But
Or is he?
yes, but overall, I really liked this episode. This was the episode where I was just like, once it finished, I was like, that's it? Like, wait, like I want to know what happened, what's gonna happen. I want to know. I want to know. I can't wait for the next episode. And also, it was an added plus that they didn't really show much of Rogue, and she was more of an afterthought. That was great. So yeah, I really enjoyed this episode.
This bias against Rogue will never cease to amaze.
Listen, I gotta keep the gimmick going. I have to.
There's definitely no gimmick. It's definitely no gimmick.
It's my gimmick, all right?
No, it's not. No, it's not. Because this is how you really feel. You know why? Because even when I met the voice of Rogue, you had an issue with it. So it's not a gimmick.
I did.
Josh, what did you think about this episode?
Oh, that was another good episode. I like how they're building up, but then also Magneto. To be honest with you, has he changed? Yes, because of certain things that affected him from what happened. But do I think he's still full of shit? Yeah, I think there's a part of me that thinks he's full of shit. We just haven't seen it yet. But I like the fact how they played into it. Showing Magneto trying to be more diplomatic, but every time he tries it, that shit never works. It never works. So I think that's why it's gonna be like, fuck it, because it never nothing positive ever happens. And once they started like picking up, and then once Apocalypse found out what was going on, and how he was being lied to, that's how you saw the change with him. You saw a big difference once that happened. And I do like the cliffhanger. I think X-Men, they usually do that very well with the cliffhangers, because it's like, damn, you just got 3 episodes and you left episode number 3 in a cliffhanger, and now we gotta wait. Damn. But overall, it was another great episode.
Yeah, we even saw the future team is back in the 90s, but they are a little bit worried because the past team haven't made their way back. So we'll see if we get all the team together by the end of episode 4, Rise of Apocalypse Part 2. But that's going to bring us to the end for episode 3. Before we give our ratings for episode 3, I forgot one last thing for episode 2. What was your moment of episode 2, Wendy?
I think it was just more the escaped with Jubilee rescuing well, let me take this back. Polaris releasing Jubilee, and then her like helping all the other mutant hostages, like freeing them. That's my moment.
Fair. I'm debating between 2 moments, but I'll wait for everybody else to go. Josh, what was your moment of episode 2?
I actually had the same moment, Jubilee saving the hostages, but then also, her escaping. I thought that was pretty cool because I was like, oh shit, look, Jubilee's is all grown up. She's growing up in front of us finally. So I'll probably go with that.
Ness?
Can I use the intro as a moment? If not, I have.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. That's what Sil was thinking
it.
about. I bet you that's what Sil was thinking about.
That is.
You get.
John?
That's what I was gonna go with, the intro. That was the moment of the episode.
Yeah, you guys are split, and I'm split on those two. But in particular, I'm not doing the whole escaping of the runaway mutant. It's in particular, it's the hallway scene. It's Jubilee pulling up, headphones on, sunglasses down. Let me play my girl rock song while I whoop all y'all asses. And then the freaking firecrackers at the end of her feet before she exploded onto the wall onto all those people. But all saying that, it's definitely the X-Force theme. It's the X-Force opening. It's just hearing that guitar riff, that metal guitar riff, and then seeing the X-Force characters in the intro. Yeah, nothing like that. That was a great surprise in the episode. But now we got to do episode 3. So let's put our thumbs in the middle for season 2, episode 3, Rise of Apocalypse, part 1 in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board from all of us. Out of 10, I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. I don't think it was quite as good as episode 2, but it was just as good as episode 1. So I go 8.5 out of 10. Josh?
I'll give it a 9 because I actually like everything that being put together, but then also the cliffhanger. So I'll give it a 9.
Wendy?
I'm gonna go with 8.5.
John?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give it an 8.5 too.
Ness?
Yeah, I'm with 8.5. Actually, I believe it was Pile Dropper Finisher said that this episode felt winded down. And I'm not gonna lie, that actually made me like it a lot more because the first one action, the second one a lot of action, and the third one they had the fight scene at the end, but it just felt like a lot more of talking, devising, getting the feel of everything that was going on in the episode more so than the actual war and fighting going on. So I felt like that played a big part of, in my opinion, why this episode felt like a little bit more suspenseful. Just like not so much action, but it was a lot going on, just like dialogue wise.
I think mainly the reason why that's not like a nitpick for you or for me even is the fact that it's Charles and Eric talking with each other. Those are always the best dialogue, regardless of if it's animated or live action. Those are usually the best conversations in X-Men comics, movies, TV shows. Is when Magneto and Professor X are talking to one another about their ideologies. All right, now we'll move on to MVP for the episode. Ness.
MVP for this episode, I'll have to say, I guess, I don't know, because I'm kind of conflicted here too, but I'll just go with In Salvador. They can't stop him. they can't stop him. They can't. It's just like, what are you going to do? he's just forever, unfortunately.
Yep. John?
My MVP is gonna be Bishop. Once he does this time travel thing a lot better than Forge. Forge just fell in and got caught 3 minutes in. Bishop came, he was undercover for like a day.
Yo, we don't even know how long he was undercover for.
He came and showed up right when they needed him. Took out Apocalypse with one big blast. It was good.
Wendy?
Oh man, that's hard. I'm gonna go with Magneto. Go with Magneto.
Josh?
I'm gonna go with Bishop.
Yeah, I agree with John and Josh. It's Bishop for me. Like, he came through. I was like, oh, that's Clutch. This dude been in undercover mode. Oh, shit. Should have just had Bishop go to the past and the future. You don't need Forge. Forge did the work. He built the machine. That's all we need him for. He ain't never getting the machine in the animated series because his old ass would have fucking died traveling through time probably. But hey. Then we got LVP for the episode. I'm gonna go with Apocalypse's master. He fucking sucks. John?
I'm gonna go with Magneto. He was he fucking tried, but he was so misguided. This is the wrong place, buddy.
Ness?
Yeah, I gotta second that because he spent the whole episode trying to get Apocalypse not to kill dude just for him to kill him because it was his fault. Like,
Let me say too one thing. Apocalypse Master, that dude's basically his dad. Like Magneto was never gonna fuck him. My father or some random dude. Like
it worked for a little bit, but then
for like 5 minutes.
And he said, get the hell up out of here. Josh, who's the LVP for the episode?
For me, is Magneto. Because the way that he's moving, it's just like, man, you try to have Apocalypse. Like, this is the worst time to try to change with the worst person possible.
It's true. Wendy?
Apocalypse's master.
There we go. So we're on the same page there. Me and
you.
So moment of the episode. He said that you want to say Rogue so bad.
I did, but hey, they didn't show a lot about her, so she got a pass.
Moment of the episode for me, it's Ensabanor cutting Homeboy's head off, and then the camera just focusing on Magneto as the blood just splatters on his face. That's got to be the moment of the episode for me. Ness?
Yeah, I'm gonna second that. It was the fact that the blood splatter, like as subtle as it is, it like to me it meant a lot because again, this is the X-Men that we grew up on. So it was like you would think they would put that in a cartoon, but like it's a cartoon, but it's not a cartoon. It's not really for the kids of now to watch. It's for us. So the fact that they actually went through and put that in there, I feel like that was a nice.
Josh, moment of the episode.
That was my moment of episode. The beheading. That was great.
Wendy?
I'm gonna go with Bishop coming in and saving everyone.
John?
Yeah, Bishop pulling off that hood out of nowhere like that. Pulling out that big, ridiculous, big ass gun that he could not have been hiding anywhere. That was great. That was fucking great.
There's no way he could have been hiding that on his person. I'm pretty sure. But that's going to bring us to the end of our review here. And of course, y'all know the deal. We're going to be back again and again and again until the end of season 2. We're going to run it back run it back. So join us live here for our X-Men 97 Season 2 reviews. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. If you would so kindly drop the thumbs up on the video, that helps us out a lot, and share it with your friends. And of course, thank you to all of you for watching us live. Thank you if you're watching us on demand, and thank you to the whole panel, the whole team we got here, Ness, John, Wendy, and Tru Draw Josh. We're going to give Wendy the floor first. Let the people know where they can follow you on social media and when they shall see you again.
You can follow me on Instagram at Ivelis2anyone. I will definitely be back for next week's episode. Yeah, that's only where you gonna find me, and could catch me on the review every week. You know, this is just the beginning. Throwing my hate for Rogue. Let's see what's the next episode gonna bring. Let's see what she gonna do. Because I'm not over last season. I'm not over what she did to my man Gambit. So justice for Gambit. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, catch me there.
She basically just said, Rogue, catch me outside. How about that?
Yes.
Tru Draw Josh. Let the people know where they can follow you.
JMPunk321 on X and Instagram.
There you go. And Ness, welcome back. Let the people know where they can follow you.
You guys can follow me on Instagram, skinny__. It's not Kravitz anymore. It's Hendrix, but it's HNDRXX. And you can catch me back at the reviews. This was great. I've been away. Like I said, I was a boy becoming a man, but now I'm back with my Tru Hill Heat family, and I'll be back next week to talk more X-Men 97 Season 2.
Indeed. And John, let the people know where they can follow you and Dirt Sheet Radio.
Just make sure to follow Dirt Sheet Radio on all the social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. Follow Johnny Dirt Sheet on Instagram if you want to follow me, or John Escudero on Facebook. You can spell it; it's right there. Screenshot it. And I'll be back next week for the X-Men 97 review.
Indeed. Make sure you bring your Magneto helmet so you can't hear us for the first 5 minutes. All right, but you can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. You can follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at Tru Hill Heat. Patreon.com/Tru Hill Heat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content. The best way to support us when we're not live here on the wrestling YouTube channel. Check out all the great stuff we got on sports and entertainment right now. If you like TV show reviews, check out the Shy Season 8 reviews that we've been doing. Episodes 1 through 5 we've reviewed already. Episodes 6 and 7 review will be up later this week. We're also reviewing the final season of Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 5. So check out all the reviews we got on that. A review for episodes 3 and 4 will be up later this week. If you like NBA talk, check out Tru Hill Heat Check. Our last episode, 35, where we talked about the Giannis trade to the Miami Heat and LaMelo to the Minnesota Timberwolves. And coming on the channel tomorrow, me, TC, and Chris G talk all about LeBron James leaving the Los Angeles Lakers and all the moves the Lakers made, the Jaylen Brown stupidity of the Boston Celtics, and that trade to the Philadelphia 76ers, and Kawhi Leonard to the Toronto Raptors. I will be back live on your YouTube screens on Tuesday, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time for Rated Raw Review, reviewing Monday Night Raw tomorrow night. So join me on that on the wrestling channel. Join me on here tomorrow for Tru Hill Heat Check and for our Power and Shy reviews later this week. For the Tru Draw Josh, for Wendy, for John Escudero, and for Ness, it is me, your Tru Hill Phenom, SP3. This has been our X-Men 97 Season 2, Episodes 1, 2, and 3 reviews. We are signing off until next time.
Hope you stay in the past, Rogue. Don't